Hello and welcome to a skill of the week for making a collagraph. We're going to be working with fourth graders today, and we're going to be working on a simple thin piece of cardboard, and we're going to build the collagraph today. And remember, the collagraph in our PowerPoint said that it is a thing that you can build up materials onto a surface, and then we're going to print it by either painting it or putting some ink on it. And then we're going to lay a piece of paper down on it and we're going to press that on. So we have to learn how to build the collagraph. So with a collagraph, you can either go in portrait version or landscape version. And you can build it however you like. If you want to make a design, make it an interesting design because you want to make sure you have a good composition with balance and interesting textures, interesting designs. So make sure that you're thinking about those things when you're building your collagraph. So I've got some different materials here, and I'll have these same materials for you. And you can cut them. You're going to need scissors and you're going to need glue. You can cut them however you like if you want to create some sort of pattern or some sort of landscape. You know, you can do it however you like, but I'm going to start gluing these on here, and I'm putting enough glue to get it stuck down, not so much that it's glooping all over the place, because if we do that, then that glue is also going to create something in the collagraph. So I'm going to just start cutting different things that I want to be shaped in my collagraph. And you want to make sure they press down really well. So you might have to, on these textured things, you might have to hold them a little bit longer so that they don't bow up. So see, I'm starting to create some different textures there. Okay. And it doesn't matter what colors you use because they're going to get printed over anyway. Okay, I've got some string here that I can cut to the sizes that I want. Now, string could be tricky because it's so thin. I might have to just put a line where I want my string and then lay it on there so that I get it where I want it. And you need to make sure you get all of it glued down, because you don't want anything sticking up when you're trying to print it. Okay, that worked pretty well, putting a line down. So I might have to think about how long my string is. You can get a little more glue on there. It's not quite like the dot is a lot rule that we have in here. You just have to be careful and patient. Don't try and rush it. There we go, that works pretty good. And then I might put some different shapes down. I've got some of these foam pieces that are cut into shapes already, so I could put them in different places. Excuse me. So I'm trying to create a balanced composition. See how I've got kind of line of sight, diagonal going this way. I've got diagonal going this way to kind of create some interest. I've got some balanced materials here. And I'm just going to use this scrap because I like the shapes that I'm seeing in the scrap. And I'm just going to cut along some of these shapes and put those in my collagraph. Think about where this could go. Something like this. I want it to look interesting, but not too busy. Okay. And then I've got some foil here, and I think I'm just going to rip a piece out of it and crumple it a little so it creates some texture. And then I'm going to glue that on. I think right there. So I need to put quite a bit of glue down to hold that foil down. And I laid it out there first to figure out where I wanted it, and then I could put it on. Okay, so it looks like I need a little glue up here. I need a little glue down here. There we go. So I still keep my texture, but I get that glued down nice and snug. Okay, so I've got an interesting composition that's got some different textures in it. I've got some smooth textures. I've got a ribbed texture. I've got a crinkly texture. I've got my strings. I could even create texture with my glue. If the last thing that I want to do is create some interesting designs or something like that, I could put a big blob of glue down in a couple of places. If I want to almost draw with my glue, okay, I might even want another piece of string on there, just because I think it would be interesting. I kind of like things in threes. Maybe along the top or right in here. Get a piece of glue in there. That was just the right amount of glue. Okay, for that string. So that's my last little bit for my collagraph, and I'm done building it. I'm going to let it lay flat because I need all of that glue to dry flat. While I'm letting that happen, I'm going to write my name on it. That's going to get covered over, but I'll write my name so that I don't mistake whose it is. And then I'm going to get all of my materials put away. When you close your glue bottle, make sure it's completely tight to the white lid and then wiped off on the top. And then your scissors go in the scissors bag, and all of your materials that you used go back in the proper places where you found them. Thank you.